Hey guys, it's Patreon Thursdays, and I thought I would take this Patreon Thursday to show you the outcome of the Kickstarter poll so far. I am going to make this available to you guys as well. Clicky the link in the box if you would like to participate. There are 7, and perhaps you should fill it out. Go to the link below, fill it out before you watch the rest of this, and then I can stop now because I'm gonna go to the outcomes so far. This is with about 2/3 of the Kickstarter backers reporting, so it's starting to shape up interestingly. What we are doing is making a poll for the core principles of Lady Bits, the sort of 10 statements of priority that I will base the show on. And so what we have, can I switch over? Yes, I can. Okay, here we go. So I'm only going to read the ones that are over 75% right now. Obviously, that doesn't make up 10. But you can see at 76%, there are video games do not cause sexism or violence when consumed age appropriately. In the write-in box, some people did object to the age appropriately thing because, hey, I played video games and I was 15 and I turned out okay. I put that in there because there are some studies that said that some, you know, people on the lower end of the age scale are affected more greatly, still only short term, but are affected more than, you know, people 18 and up. That's just why I put it in, but essentially the idea of video games don't cause sexism or violence. One of the runaway winners is tropes are not inherently bad, though overuse or poor execution of a trope is subject to criticism. This is on the border of 75%. Games are an amazing hobby and are not from that are overall a positive social force. I thought everybody would pick that, which I find very interesting. Examining or criticizing a moment in a game should be done with the larger content of the game. Sexist moment does not mean the entire game is sexist. That's the most popular response by far, which I found really interesting. This show is intended to begin a discussion. No one can agree 100% because different points of view are represented, so don't fight. Is it 75%? Fun is an important part of gaming and this program, and disclosure, ethical conduct, and fairness are fundamental principles of this program, which is why I show you guys the outcome of polls like this, so you guys can say, no, she actually did follow what she said. And so this tells me that people want it to be pro-game, light, fun, the things that people absolutely did not care about. And this is super important too, because this tells me what I do and don't have to watch. Nobody really cares whether there are more than 2 genders or there are only 2 genders, which based on all the screaming and freaking out on the internet, you would think that is very important to people. But out of everything, it is the least important element that I included. And this show deals primarily with digital characters. Therefore, the word women will be used to refer to cis women. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about these words, and all women are women. No one especially cared. So that tells me that some of this, at least among the backers of this program, and guess what? The people who bother to put money into my work are the people I listen to first and foremost. But this tells me that this political correct or politically incorrect thing, no matter what side of the issue you are on there, the average person doesn't care about that very much. So my takeaway from this is that you want it to be fun, that you want it to be fair, that you want it to be open-minded, and you want it to be a celebration of games. And that I can do. That was what I thought. But, you know, this was me weighing how serious people wanted it to be. So I thought this was really, really interesting. Another one that I'm going to look at the others as well. If we have less than 10, what I think I might do is do an additional poll of the ones. So, you know, the winner of that ends up on the list as well. And doesn't have to be 10. I'd rather take things that were a 75% or more majority or right on the bubble, just so it is, you know, a full 3/4, like a really strong majority of backers who believed in these principles. Another thing that somebody said was important was the show should be about education of important concepts regarding gender and its portrayal. It should be about asking questions to further thought and exploration and opportunity. An opportunity to create dialogue. I thought I touched on that. It's another way of saying it. And empowering more viewpoints and voices to a discussion artistic medium is generally preferable to disempowering existing voices. Very interesting. And there's one about online gaming, that men and women should be treated equally in online gaming. People said the more human, the better. I talked about gaze theory. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. I skimmed these, but I realized I didn't understand them necessarily. One person suggested, and this is an interesting thing, that basically women need to examine within their role in a game world. So, well, the majority of people recognize that women are recognized as a disadvantaged group within North America and other global societies. Whether a woman character or player is positioned per this reality in gaming is worthy of examination. That's an interesting point as well. Some people said, please include lesbians in the fact some of us women like to see hot chicks in skimpy clothes. Okay, fair point. Cats should be a vital part of all discourse. I kind of like that one. So those are some of the others that people said others. So I think we do have to have a second poll because there's obviously some good stuff there. But that's where we're at now. And again, interest of disclosure, wanted to show you guys where we were at. Obviously, there's like, a few more 100 surveys to come in, but things tend to shape up, I find, when you hit a critical mass. So we've got the nice thing about having, 400 and some odd, 500 and some odd Kickstarter backers is you have a nice sample size to draw from, and you throw in, the 200 or so Patreons. And yes, there is overlap, but it's a large enough sample size that while, yes, it's skewed by interest, I think the fact that you're engaged is a good skew. And you guys are a nice little focus group to put this stuff on. And again, you are the ones that bothered to financially invest in this work. Therefore, you should get a say. Like, I want people to feel good that the program reflects the stuff you want to see and feels like it accurately represents more of a gamer voice than the stuff we've got before. So the feedback sessions are done. Now the big lift of the writing begins. And so what's going to happen from now on is Wednesdays are just going to be writing days instead of feedback days. Because I have been having a hard time deep diving into something for a video and then switching gears and deep diving into another thing. So how do you guys feel about Thursday updates going forward? Would you rather I dedicated that to the show, or do you want me to keep doing them? And I'm only talking about for, getting the show off the ground and everything like that. It might be longer than that. Who knows? But let me know what you think the priority is, because what I do is, Wednesday it'd be kind of a Thursdays I have to do the live ed show anyway, but Wednesdays will be writing day. Thursdays will be me playing through the game. So I have 2 dedicated days a week, and then I can just continue to do Monday, Tuesday, Friday YouTube content. Or I can keep doing these Patreon updates. It's up to you. Let me know. And thank you for your participation. And yeah, we'll keep going. You'll keep getting updates from me to you. Thank you again for your support. We are going to be seeing a bunch more people join us when credit cards are processed at the end of the month after the Joss Whedon video went up, and I actively promoted the Patreon within the video, got a big surge in signups, got an additional 70 people, and like most of those people only pledged like, you know, $1 a month or something like that. But, you know, $70 means I can go out to eat or see a movie one night a week. So that matters. It's peace of mind, and obviously I'd like to get the guaranteed monthly income, you know, the monthly pledge level higher than it is, because all this, between the YouTube advertising and the Kickstarter stuff, which feels way too much like e-begging for my liking, it's nice to have that monthly, okay, I have this, barring a whole bunch of people getting really mad at me or suddenly my whole, you know, fan base going bankrupt. I can budget on a monthly thing, as opposed to getting this big chunk of money in a Kickstarter and then having to, you know, go through this burn pile of money for months and months and months. Kickstarters are, you can only do so many of them. People get sick of you begging them for money, right? So, thank you again, and Feedback Friday. All right, loading up. Hopefully I will be concussion free enough. If you were on the feedback session yesterday, you know this, but I was feeling much better, and so I pushed through that more editing intensive and ranty Joss Whedon video, and after that I started feeling not so great again with the headaches and the pukey feeling and dizziness and all that stuff. So I pushed it too hard, but hey, I got a couple good days, right? All right, thanks, bye.